No, I'm supposed to be a crazy man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like that stuff got to be hot.
All right, let's do this.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Us Guyz podcast for May 2021. Probably the last one in May, I think.
Too.
Either way. My name is Billie Jean Dazzlehoff. I'm joined by Rickety James Seagal.
Oh, yeah. Howdy.
Theodore Huxtable Carruthers.
Up.
And we have and Uncle Meat Pete Moss is here, but we have a special guest this week.
Throwing it old school.
We're going old school. Back in episodes 1, 2, and probably 3, when me and THC first started doing this in a basement with just like a recorder laying on a table, it was me, THC, and Savage Randy.
This guy.
This is the origin story.
That's right. So we're doing a little, we got a special guest, a special treat for you this week. Savage Randy is back.
Glad to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time
It's
coming.
good to have you back.
Thank you.
So let's just start off. I mean, with the obvious, where have you been?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was a rough year.
Yeah,
well, actually a rough 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, been busy, been bouncing around, doing that, this and that, bumping into people,
Grinding.
not missing them, grinding, you know.
Grinding on people?
Ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah, whenever I can, you know. I got to spread the savageness. Especially now more than ever. I mean, my goodness. So just laying low, staying out of trouble, not getting caught.
Nice.
You know.
So you've still been in the area, just
Yes.
moving around, different tribes, different encampments.
Yeah. Trying to move on up.
Kind of went to the nomad.
Oh
if
yeah, you
will.
were nomading it a little bit. You were
Little bit nomadic.
Mad Maxing it.
That's
huh?
like Jeep
So-
life, right?
Yeah.
Jeep life.
Yeah. Undercover, the dark web.
He's been in the dark web of Somerset.
And back.
That's the darkest of webs.
It is, let me tell you.
That is a dark web.
It's camouflaged, I
Actual
heard.
spiders there.
Big ones. So no, just bouncing around, floating around. Now my schedule's finally opened up again where I can start, you know,
You can come
coming
back.
over
You
and
can
come
come
back
in,
a little
yeah.
bit here and there for some cameos, maybe even weekly. Who knows? We'll
Yeah.
see what
There you go.
happens.
We need to be regaled with some tales. So you're not living on the streets. You're living in a
No,
house.
I am not.
Are
I
you
have
living
four
in a?
walls. I have 4 walls, a roof.
You said you were living in the holler. Are you living in a trailer?
I am. No, it's actually a little apartment complex with me and another guy who used to work same places where we did.
Okay.
And another guy on the end and another. So it's 4 guys and a couple.
Wait, well,
know.
let's
4 guys and a couple
And a couple.
in an apartment.
Not with me. It's a 4 complex. 4 apartment.
Oh, okay. Gosh, damn! I thought you were like living with
Okay,
a Mexican family or something.
let's drop way back. When you say
Yeah.
people we used to work with, it's because you and I
Not
worked
at the
in the
dealership.
same, worked at 2 of the same
Yes.
places together.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, the dealership and then the other place.
Yes, the other place is the one that I
Okay.
work with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my immediate neighbor.
Because you currently work with one of our early namesakes, I guess.
Yeah, the ham.
The ham.
If you see
Yeah.
pictures of the ham,
I totally forgot
Old
about
school
the
ham.
ham.
Yeah.
I forgot that we used to call him the ham.
they were based off of Beaven. Beaven fake leg.
Staker.
Beaven Staker peg leg. He the stinkiest gnome of
Of them all, yes.
Boswell. You work with him now, which
do.
is amazing.
Yeah, because we haven't seen him. We always ask
I
about
miss him. I miss him.
You guys were like tight.
Yeah, he's my Frodo. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah.
He's your Sam, you mean?
I'm Dazzlehoff, and he's my Frodo, and he took the ring and kept on going.
He's like,
Precious.
Or better yet, you're his Ricardo Monteblanc, and he's your
tattoo.
the plane tattoo. That's
yeah,
it.
the
Tattoo.
plane to plane.
Tattoo.
That would be an awesome remake if me and Beaven made
Yes.
Fantasy Island.
You often talked
Yes.
about carrying him on a baby, one
Yes.
of the baby harnesses.
I wanted to strap him onto my chest, have him waving his arms and
And his one good leg.
farting on my tummy.
Basti blade.
Did you ever get him to do that impersonation? Did you ever get him to?
No, he was a huge fan of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And he legitimately thinks he sounds like Axl
Yeah.
Rose. So
Oh
you
my
can
God.
get him.
And
Oh
Dave
my God.
Mustaine. Hello, me. Meet the real
Oh
me.
my God! I just had visions of him with the Axl Rose bandana. I just
yeah.
pictured this in my doing the please.
yes.
Oh my God!
You could be mine. Yeah.
Oh my God!
And you know what? He'd do it really loud, and people would be like,
Yes.
"What?"
on some earlier podcasts, he used to let me call him.
Yeah.
And he would do songs for me on the phone. But yeah, I haven't talked to him in a little
Yeah,
while.
me either.
I would love to reconnect with my spirit.
You'll have to
Well,
tell
you
him.
know what? He still looks the same.
Oh yeah.
I heard
he
he
hasn't
lost weight
aged.
though.
He's eternal.
He still looks the same from when we were at
Yeah.
the dealership. He still
Yeah.
doesn't look like he's gained weight, lost weight, same amount of hair,
Yeah.
same limp,
Yep.
same. I mean, he hasn't changed.
Same stink.
He's a
eternal.
constant. He's a constant. He's eternal.
He is. The scientists measure the age of the universe in beef and stakers.
Stink.
Yeah.
Stink
The
rings.
stench. They got stench
They
rings.
count the stench rings.
Is he still addicted to internet chat room girls?
That I don't know.
Webcams.
I haven't-
Webcam girls. Webcam
I haven't
girls.
pried that deep into
Oh,
the
man.
life of Steve.
Some of my fondest memories of him are him showing me webcam girls and telling me how they liked him.
Oh,
God.
Yes,
Oh,
and how
she's
he
so
was
hot.
sending them money, and how they were going to
Yeah.
come meet him and
Yeah.
stuff. I'd be like, dude, they're not coming to
But
meet
you don't understand.
Yeah.
These girls are in love with
Yeah,
me.
they're in love with me. They
That's
love
what beefing
me.
would be. I don't know, man. She's hot.
She's so hot. I'm going to the strip club tonight. I'm going. Like he used to go to the strip club every couple, but he's got a lady now. You said.
Where's her strip?
he would
out,
drive.
out to Pittsburgh. Yeah, I mean, he'd go drop $400.
Oh, yeah.
dollars,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
No
yeah.
kidding. I didn't know that.
$400 and get his wick.
He was the horniest hobbit I've ever seen.
Wow, I didn't know it. He didn't mention any of that to me.
No, he was the
I
hobbit
didn't know
that didn't make it
Yeah.
into the stories.
He's like beef and staker, horniest hobbit of them all.
yeah, he didn't make it into those 12 hobbits in that book or whatever.
They were like, "Are you have my axe? You have my dildo." No, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, I don't know who he's dating, but he did make a remark that he has a girlfriend.
That's
and he's
amazing.
on the phone with somebody at lunchtime.
Oh, it's her. It's
So-
her. Yeah, without a doubt. It's
But
her.
I don't know. I haven't gotten any names.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know
super
who.
glad he got divorced.
Yeah,
Finally.
yeah.
Super glad.
Oh, he still complains about that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
He'll still mutter remarks. Oh, fucking wife left him $800,000 credit cards. I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah,
Steve.
well, some of us told him that 5, 6,
Oh,
7
yeah.
years ago. He needed
Yeah, we
to
were
tighten that
warning
up.
him. He, I mean, people would literally see his
Yeah.
wife at like a Taco Bell parking lot
With another dude.
parked in the back with another dude, and tell him, and he'd be like, "Oh, she said it wasn't her." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A guy literally called him. Honestly, a guy called him and said, "Look, your wife is trying to get me to knock you off to get the
Whoa.
insurance money and shit." Yeah, yeah. Crazy
Hey,
shit.
Steve's
man.
a good guy. He's impressionable.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's a great dude.
He's and I mean this with all love, but he's kind of weak-minded when it comes.
Yeah, he's the Diego Sanchez of
Oh,
Somerset.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's perfect.
If anybody's following, the Diego
Nightmare.
Sanchez saga, he's got this crazy coach,
Trainer.
mentor, Joshua Fabia, who's like has him on OnlyFans showing his ass and shit like that, like completely mind controlled poor Diego.
Oh my God.
Well, that's not tough with Diego.
Well,
man.
no, Diego Sanchez looks like THC.
No,
but
he looks like you. I sent you pictures.
But he has the mentality of Bevan. You know what I mean? So he's a sweetheart, but he's impressionable.
He very much is, and with a topic like that, women. And he's
Yeah.
not very experienced, but he can get sucked in.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
And I can see how he can be taken advantage of in that regard. And, it's sad, but it
It
happens.
is. It is.
Yep.
But girls got to make a living,
That's true.
Now, I got to tell you something, Savage Randy. You're the only person that would like this or give a shit about this. Is like many years ago, I don't know how many years ago it was when I lived up in Westmont. You lived up in Westmont.
Yep.
And I'd pop over every
Yep.
night. We get fucking lit
Yep.
and watch some of the greatest TV ever known to man.
of the mid-2000s.
Yeah, the greatest TV known to man.
That all
I
got
mean,
canceled, by the way.
Mike Tyson's Mysteries. Moonbeam City.
Yes.
What else would we watch over
Son
there?
of Zorn.
Son of I totally forgot about Son of Zorn.
Which is now on Hulu. It's now on there. It's in the watch list.
Well, anyways,
But it's only one season.
2 years ago, my wife got me for Christmas or my birthday, one of these, a CD with the soundtrack for Moonbeam City.
Oh my god!
And I just found it the other day.
Didn't
and I
you
was
have
like,
it as
man,
a-
you're
you had it as a ringtone.
Yeah. Bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum.
I'm telling
great.
you, that was some of Comedy Central's best
Oh,
programming.
yeah, man.
And it made it 2 seasons, but
But it was so funny.
it was
Holy
great.
shit.
What was it? Dangle, Officer Dangle, or was it Daz? He had the
Dazzle.
belt buckled Dazzle.
Dazzle. Yeah, because I kept thinking of him.
We kept thinking of him.
Yeah, Lieutenant Dangle is
Is Reno 911? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
It was Dazzle, Dazzle Novak.
Dazzle
That's
Novak.
what it was.
Yes, and the one guy from Saturday Night Live did the voice of the other. He was Dazzle. Bill Hader.
Yes,
He was the voice of the other cop in that show.
Yeah,
that was like
who
his
was it?
nemesis, and
I can't remember.
he was trying to be cool like him. And I'd have to Google it quick.
Yeah,
We need a fact checker. Do we have
Yeah.
a fact checker on
No.
the payroll here?
No.
They don't like to deal. We don't like to deal in facts.
Look at him.
That's our fact checker.
We're not selling facts.
Uncle Meat is our fact checker.
You look over and he's like,
He's in rare form today. He's not even mossy today. He's like gleaming. He's glowing.
he's crushing shit.
He's got some of that good weed on him today.
It's like Oscar's finally having a good day.
He's out of his can.
I'm fucking miserable.
You look happy. You look happy.
Oscar's having a good day. You're gonna make me cry, man.
Okay, so in earlier episodes, a famous story I remember from Savage Randy was the old shit in the foxhole story.
Oh, yeah, that was
yeah.
one of my favorites.
I do remember
yes.
that.
Do you want to?
Yes,
How
I
about
do
telling?
remember
I mean,
that.
a lot of people haven't heard the early episodes. These guys haven't heard it. So how about you want to lay one of those on
Sure.
us?
Yeah. This was going back. I don't. Oh man, early 2000s. Boot camp. In boot camp, went on FTX, which is the end of your
Field
boot
training
camp.
exercise.
Field training exercise for that's the official
3 days.
acronym.
3 days.
3 days of it. You go out, you live in the bush, you run around, act out war simulations, whatever. We went on alert at like 2 a.m. We had to sit in our foxholes until I don't even know. I think we were finally relieved at like 8 a.m.
Well, hold on.
Well-
Time out. You're wearing an Army Brown.
I am actually.
I just noticed
I am
that you are
actually.
wearing an Army Brown.
Looks like
This
you
is a
took
BDU
It looks
t-shirt.
like you took a wicked
The
titty
softest T-shirt you will ever have
Yes.
in your life. All mine got stolen by ex.
2 of them made it. I have 2 left. This is one of 2.
Wow.
And I'm getting ready to do some yard work after this, so I'm kind of dressed to,
For the
work and
salt
kick some
stains.
ass.
Those things used
Exactly.
to get stained all up.
Yes,
Salt.
yes. So
and
yeah,
you're wearing
anyway,
and you're wearing an airborne hat.
I am
Well,
wearing
he
that
was
too.
airborne.
I was airborne.
Yeah.
So makes
What
sense.
were you gonna say, Rick? What'd you say?
I said it looks like you took a wicked titty twister there.
It does too.
Yeah, was
no,
it?
to the left a little. Look towards your armpit. No, the other one.
no.
That one right there.
Oh, yeah,
That's a
Somebody fucked
Somebody
your
latched
nipple
on.
up, boy.
That's a
What was
jizz.
you
How the
doing
hell
last
does that even
night?
happen?
You were
How does that even happen?
nipple clamps and batteries is how that happens.
No, I'm telling you what.
Right
that
on my rib cage. That's where it's at right
that
there.
looks like you wiped your dick off with that after having sex. It looks all crusty.
Oh,
You know what?
hold on. Time out.
It was a strange time back then.
I have a story about that.
Holy cuz.
I wore a 3 Wolf Moon black T-shirt to.
I still
can't,
have mine, by the way.
I can't remember what concert it was, but one of our friends, they're
Yeah.
like, damn, what's on your shoulder? And it was just like white crust. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I wiped my dick off on this last night after sex. And I had sex juice all in my 3 Wolf Moon at this concert we went to.
Walking around smelling like fish market.
I was popular then, you know?
People liked me.
Yeah.
Walking around smelling like Chinese food.
It was a 3 Wolf Moon, dude. You can't do anything bad to those. Anything impresses it.
They're magical, and to this day, I still have mine, and I don't wear it. Just
Yeah,
for that.
neither do I.
It
Not
gets
anymore.
locked. It's in a Tupperware bin.
It's
with
in the
my-
same one as my jerk sock.
No, I have mine with my my championship football shirt. I'm going to be buried in those two
That's
shirts.
right. Well, we'll get to that
Those two
later.
shirts. That's a whole nother story.
You have to finish this story because
Yeah.
you have to remind us about the stories
Yes.
of his championship football days.
Okay. All right. I will.
Kind of an Al Bundy moment.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, FTX. I don't remember what day it was, but we get alerted at 2 a.m. We're out in our foxholes until like 8 a.m. I don't know at what point. And you can't leave your foxholes. You're on alert. You
Now,
can't
when you
move.
say foxhole, you mean hasty fighting position.
Correct.
Not
an
fully dug in.
entrenched.
Yes.
No, not fully entrenched. But
So that's
yeah.
about 1.5 feet deep in
Foot
the
and a
earth.
half deep.
Enough for you to lay down and have some cover while you're.
Little bit, and to make a nice puddle.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
you
yeah,
got to
when it
do
was wet.
business. So anyway, yeah. So we're on alert. We're watching the line, and of course you can't get up. I can't say, "Hey, drill sergeant, I got to go drop a deuce." You know, so you got to do your business right there.
I mean, you can't.
I
You
had
can't.
to shit. No, you can't. You can't leave the line. You got to just do your
Okay.
business right there. So I
It's a written rule or an unwritten rule?
Well,
as an infantryman, that's
yeah, infantry may have been different when I was artillery. It's still combat arms, but I like to call it smart guys combat arms because we're not right up on the line.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We would be like, when I said, yo, I got a shit, I got up out of that hasty and I left.
Yeah.
Because if I'm dead, then I'm dead. You know,
Okay.
whatever. And then they'd yell at you and bitch you. But I had to shit, so I went and I shat.
Right.
But hardcore man here.
me being the disciplined private that I am, just wanting to, you know.
You bought in. You were
Oh,
all
Oh,
in.
he was all in.
I was
Absolutely.
all fucking in, as all as in as you can go. Mm-hmm. So I decided to relieve myself right there in my foxhole, and of course, when you shit, you piss. So I had a load in the back, I had a puddle in the front, and laid there in my foxhole for I don't even know how long, another maybe hour or two.
Piss and shit with artillery simulators going off and,
Yeah.
and blanks and miles gear
And everything else, right? So, and then finally, when the ceasefire was called and we could all relinquish, I went and got cleaned up. Drill sergeant actually saw me.
I'm sure he laughed at you.
Oh, he laughed, but he's like, "God damn, private! If we had 100 more of you, shit, this country would be good to go." Like,
Oh, bunch
Roger,
of
drill
shit
sergeant.
pants. Bunch of shit.
Oh yeah,
So you guys have something in common.
What's that?
You've both shit your pants on the job.
Yeah, but mine was in lighthearted fun. I wasn't serving any country or anything. I did it for me.
because I wanted to.
That's right.
Oh, you weren't at the dealership when he shit his pants either. You
No,
had
but
left.
but it happened relatively soon because that was still the talk of the parts department.
Oh, yeah.
when I got there.
Was it?
Oh yeah,
That
'cause
was not gonna
like my
lie.
first day there, you were like, "Oh man, you gotta know about this." Like it had just happened like last week or maybe the week prior to that. Like so, it was still in everybody's conscious, in the front of the heads, and that's And you told me you were all proud of it.
Oh,
you you were running Barstool. You're like, yeah,
I'm
he's
a
telling a
bra-
story about me. Yeah, that was me.
I'm a braggart. I'm a braggart. You know.
And that you remember that booger wall that he used to
Don't say that was me. We all know who that was. This motherfucker right over here.
Yeah, everybody contributed to that except for I don't think I did.
Oh,
come
wait a
on,
minute. You said
man.
I really don't
everybody.
think I did. I don't think I did.
You had to have. Everybody. That
never
was
went
there,
in that bathroom.
That was there from when you and I were car
It
salesmen.
was, and that's
Yeah.
why. And I never went in that bathroom then, and I didn't go in it the second time when I worked there either.
Dude, that was when? 2009? When we were going to the Ren
first time?
Fair, thinking about the Ren
first
Fair?
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, like no.
Yeah, when did they do cash?
Because
Obama did cash for clunkers.
I left there in 2007. So it would
No,
have been.
you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I left
There's
there in
no way.
2007, and I went to AT&T.
No way.
Yep.
I don't believe that.
Or no, you're right. I left in 09. I
Yes,
started there in
09.
7. I
Yeah.
left in 09.
Yeah, because I started
That's what
in
it was.
09.
And we were talking about Renaissance fairs.
Yeah.
That's when we bought the 3 Wolf Moon t-shirts.
Right.
And driving poor Barry up the wall.
and caused him to have a heart attack. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you shit your
those were those
pants. You
times.
shit your pants in the foxhole. You became an American patriot.
if you want to call it that.
They have a G.I. Joe figure of
if
him.
you want to
Oh,
call it
shitting in the
that.
pants. Airborne.
They call it Foxhole Randy.
That's it. That's it.
Now, I will have to say, at the range, when you're at the range, the M16 range, and you have those big concrete barriers where you have to go in,
Oh, yeah, up to your chest.
Up to your chest.
Yeah.
I have pissed in those before
Yeah.
while I was waiting to go in the range.
Pissed in your
Right.
pants?
No, I'd throw my dick out and piss in the fucking foxhole because there was always
Right.
creatures in the foxhole and shit. And
Yeah, foxholes in general are just not a fun place
no,
to be.
definitely not.
Yeah, but you couldn't pull your pants down and do it while you were in there?
He was role playing, is what he
What
was doing.
what was
I
the
think.
point of
I think he
if
was
I
role
would've-
playing.
If I would have pulled my dick out and pissed in the foxhole my pants, I still would have laid in the pit. So either way, I'm getting wet.
Now let me ask you this
mean,
again.
okay.
I went through basic and AIT. I was fairly hardcore. I wanted to try to do as good as I could do. Wasn't going to be honor grad. Wasn't
Right.
going to be bad. You stay in the middle is what they told you. When I had to shit, because we had a lot of MREs and it was tough to shit then. But when I had to shit, I would just say, "Yo, I got to shit and go."
Yeah.
Now, what made you decide to be that hardcore and be like, "Nah, man, I'm not going to do it"? Was it a little bit of fear? You were scared? Because the drill sergeants were pretty mean back then. They really were.
They were. Oh, yeah. It's a kinder, gentler army now.
Oh, yeah. It's not the same. It's
no.
not. They were pretty mean.
Back then,
and
they
they
could
would
lay
have rode
hands
you
on
the
you.
whole time. Yeah, they push you.
Yeah.
Or
little boy, gotta take a shit. Oh, you don't have the discipline. You can't tough guy. Shit in your pants, boy.
Or he
Yeah,
might make you
like,
shit in front of everyone.
Oh.
you don't know.
Like that.
could always
That
get
is
worse.
true. They
No.
would have. Oh, okay. Let's have a time out here. Let Private
Yeah, right.
Randy go and
put-
take a
yeah,
shit.
and put you on blast. Yeah. Is that what you're gonna is that what you're gonna tell Charlie? You're gonna tell time out. I gotta go
poop.
take a shit.
Yeah.
And Charlie's just gonna stop firing
At that
you,
point,
or,
I didn't care. I just shat.
Right.
When I'm dead.
Right.
No.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of it was. I'll admit, I got caught up in the moment. I mean,
You got excited.
They do a good job of simulating
Well,
that shit.
and that's
they do
something-
a good job, and you get caught up in that.
That's
That's
You know,
something
you shit
I did
yourself.
want to say. Is
you you buy into it, and at that point when you're graduating, I don't want to say brainwashed, but they do a good job. You're programmed.
Yeah.
like this is
Now, where was your basic at? Don't say
Benning.
Fort Jackson.
No,
okay,
Benning.
okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Fort
I would
Benning.
have totally blew holes in your story if it was Fort Jackson.
I did my infantry school there,
Benning is
jump
different,
school
yeah.
there. I did everything there, and it's a hardcore warrior atmosphere.
Ethos.
There.
Well,
There's probably
It
some
is.
reprogramming of your asshole that needs to take place in basic training as
Well,
well.
yeah.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
You kind of got to.
You got to teach your asshole
Oh,
some
yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
Well, remember the stories I used to tell you about us after eating the MRAs? We'd squat and walk and see how long our turd would go. Because you could do that after eating that stuff, right? So I imagine when I hear he shit himself in a foxhole, of course it's kind of gross and it's
Yeah.
kind of dumb to me
Right.
because I got up and run. But it wouldn't be as messy as you would think, like a Baconator blowout.
That is
It's
true.
not the same because it's just a long log
That
going out.
is true.
Not messy at all, no gravy. It's just solid.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like a summer sausage.
Like a summer sauce. Exactly.
Correct.
Okay.
So you're right. There was no, it wasn't more. There was no liquid in it. There was
it was like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Cookie
Worse
dough.
than
Yeah.
Play-Doh.
It was very easy to clean up. Believe it or not.
really?
It was
He could
very
probably
easy to
grabbed
clean up.
it, and it would have been like one of Meat's dicks.
Yeah.
Oh, like one of his rubber.
Yeah, it's rubber dongas.
Yeah. And to be honest, whenever I stood up, because we were in a heat cat at that point, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
heat categories, different levels. You can undo like your BDU blouse to let air flow. You can roll up your pant, untuck or unblouse your pants from your boots.
It gets
let air
hot.
flow. Yeah, it gets hot. And I do remember standing up and some of it rolling out of my pant leg because we were in Cat 5.
Oh, nice.
So it was like like a summer sausage just rolling out. And oh hey, look at that! And just shook up. Just shook my pant leg out a little bit.
There's a little
Like
known
Andy Dufresne
little
in
badge you can get for your uniform, your Class A uniforms. You have all your medals and everything
Okay.
over here. Unit stuff over here. You got your patch, your combat patch. Below your things, you can get a shit badge.
Oh, for
Now
shit in your pants
yeah,
or
for
not shit in your pants?
Shit in your pants. You get the
That
shit
seems
badge.
like a really easy badge to get. I would clean up on that.
Well, I didn't get it.
I'd be like a 5-star general of shit badges.
Well, see, there's stipulations. There's guidelines under that. It has to be in a simulated training environment or in combat.
yeah, I'd have 5
Right.
turds.
So-
5 turds.
so-
Five
so-
turds.
So you,
I'd have the cross turds.
so like for instance, if you were just working in an armory or something and decided to shit yourself,
Yeah.
the equivalent to like the parts department,
Right.
you would not qualify for that
Oh,
badge.
yeah.
No, it has to be under duress.
Under
Oh,
duress.
yeah. I'm
Yes.
always under duress.
Bow duress.
Well, you know what's funny? Anytime I was ever in any real under duress circumstances, which I'm sorry, but training is not real under duress circumstances, I've never seen anybody shit themselves. I have seen plenty of dudes piss themselves.
The only counter I have for that is in physical confrontations. I've
Yes,
seen dudes
yes.
put themselves.
Yeah, I not in the military. I haven't seen that, but in fights, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, I've seen that, and I get that. It's just focused and body control. Some people don't have it. You know.
Well, no, or it's also it's a tactic, or it's like, and I think of
Never is
I
that
think
a
of it-
tactic.
I think of it
in
as like-
prison, maybe. In prison,
well, yeah, it's a good tactic in prison. You know what I mean? Or,
you don't think that the shit makes those dudes hot?
No.
No,
Scheiße.
no, that's a good move. If you don't want to get raped, everybody knows
they're
that.
German?
What if you're in Germany?
That well,
Scheiße.
yeah.
Scheiße
Then
prison.
you're in trouble no matter what, because there ain't no gross in those motherfuckers.
Ich bin eine Scheiße.
There ain't no gross in them eyes.
Wait,
You've got the
I-
Scheiße.
I don't really think it would matter.
Yeah. Now, what was that? What was the other thing I said to remember?
His football stories.
There we go.
Oh, that
go.
was just Somerset County.
Nope.
We took county here at Shade, and that was it.
Well, isn't there? You told me a story once where, what position did you play?
Nose tackle.
Yep. And
Yeah.
look at his size.
Yeah.
He was nose tackle for Shanksville.
Yeah.
Willis style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like John Randall
I had
without
footwork.
the girth.
I had footwork.
Oh,
And he told me he was nominated for the Ken Lancey All-Star Game, which is the best in Cambria and Somerset
I think
County?
so, yeah, two counties.
Cambria versus Somerset.
Didn't get it.
So you were the best.
Didn't get in.
okay.
Somebody
Just-
else beat me up, but
Nominated.
nominated. Not, but not.
Huh?
Yeah, for nose tackle.
Oh shit, there's enough people to fill out a whole team.
Well, back then, this was late '90s, where I think 9 out of the 11 starters on the offense were from Shanksville.
How many?
How
How many?
defense?
late
was
90s, late
Shanksville.
80s.
No, it'd have been
late
90s.
90s.
97 is when we took county.
Because wait, yeah, he's
Okay.
younger than
97,
us.
98.
Okay.
97, 98.
Now, how many people were in your graduating class?
40 something. 40, 41. 41, 44.
I'm surprised there's that many. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your Cleveland school. How many people were in your class?
Oh, I don't know, 1,000.
Yeah, I know. That's what I say about Denver too, man. It's so crazy. Like when we came here at Johnstown High, even where that was the big school around here.
Yeah.
we're
yeah.
like,
oh, I
holy
loved
fuck.
it. I thought it was like TV. You know what I mean?
It was. It was
like-
almost like 90210.
Yeah,
is what it was.
Crazy. Yeah, people had school spirit and shit. I thought that was the
true, I
I thought that was the craziest shit I ever saw.
Oh, pep rally?
Like
For what?
motherfuckers are taking the band seriously. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, that was one of the craziest.
But they take high school sports pretty serious around here. Mm-hmm.
They do.
The guys at work, man.
do.
Some of them.
you have a high school quarterback with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, and the guys that I work with that are my age or older.
Meatball.
Yeah, that's all you still hear is, his
Glory stories.
glory days of playing linebacker in high school,
Varsity Blues. But, you're going to play football and you're going to like it, boy.
This will be the first
You
year
know?
Shade doesn't have a team.
Are they done this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shade.
Yeah, their quarterback their coach went to McCourt.
Yeah, they're done. The
Wow.
football program is not going to play this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's
First
because
year in 90 years.
this year
That's
they
a
have
shame.
34 in the graduating class.
So it's because of population?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a couple
Yeah.
weird skewed years where for some reason there's like 14 boys and 21 girls.
Wow.
So they,
Yeah.
So they just didn't have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, in this year, I don't know if you got, I'm the shooting coach for their team.
You are
we
for
go.
Shade? Get out
I
of
am,
here.
yeah. And we only had 3 people. Where the last year it was like 8 or 9.
Did you
or 10.
teach them how to shoot out of a hasty fighting position?
No, but we do have to do prone. And I did teach them the roll in prone versus just getting down on your knees and getting on your belly.
So
you
wait
lay
a
on
minute.
your
So
side and you
let me
roll
get this
into
right.
it.
You're teaching high school kids how to shoot around
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were just born with that shit
does
around
Shade
here.
have a team or is it Shanksville?
Yeah. No, it's rifle team. Yeah. Shanksville's
Shanksville?
rifle team.
Shanksville has a rifle team. Shade wouldn't
Yep.
allow their kids to even go over and shoot at Shanksville.
Why?
Liability shit.
I think there's
Oh,
a
no shit.
problem, because Shanksville has Indian Lake and they're highfalutin. Shade has what?
So you got a couple highfalutin kids over
Well,
there.
we
You got
come
any-
over here like we use their range.
You're like Major
know.
Pain. You're like Major
It
Pain.
might have worked out now.
He is
but
Major
yeah.
Pain. He's Major Randy. He's
Major Randy.
Pretty much.
plotting on me, ass out.
Yeah.
You find
I
a
run a
candy
pretty
in
tight
your
ship.
pocket.
Why are you crying, boy?
Do not attempt to challenge my authority.
I will say your mustache is fucking tight as fuck,
like that?
Randy. Yes.
Yeah, you were
It is
rolling.
great. It's like Super Troopers. That's dope as hell.
You know what it was? I figured, you know what? Now that I'm 40, I turned 40 earlier this month in May. I was like, you know what?
Happy birthday.
Now it is socially acceptable for me to rock a fucking mustache.
Yeah.
So
So
I
you've
finally
been
decided
waiting to
do it.
rock that
I've
thing,
been waiting all my life to do this.
Yeah, that thing is beefy. It's like a.
I couldn't grow one until I was 38. That was when I.
38.
It's like
and
a-
if you notice, it's the only part that's red.
It looks like a bull.
It is. Everything else is gray on you. Yeah, it never used to be that way.
Nope.
Whenever I first knew you, you had those big blazing orange mutton chops, man.
Oh, I know. They were
fucking
fucking dope
sweet.
as weren't they?
They were
I look
fucking
cool
sweet.
as fuck, didn't
No,
I?
I doubt
I saw a
that.
picture of you with those buttons.
I did look
Yes.
cool, man. I was
don't-
cool as fuck.
I don't think anybody
Yes.
would have said they were cool.
Well, come on,
I did.
man.
I'll go out there on a limb and say they were
You're
cool.
rocking a bull caterpillar mustache. You motherfuckers don't look in mirrors. That's what
You know what, dude? We're good.
Arbiter of style.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool as shit. I thought, and actually when I went and got my hair cut on Friday, I told him, girl who cuts my hair.
High and tight.
I said,
High and tight.
What? Yeah, high and tight. And I was like, I'm thinking about taking the beard off and doing a mustache. She's like, really? She's like, I'll do it right now. I was like, go for it. So she shaved, took it all off, and she started giving me your mutton chops. She's like, I'm going to give you these big,
Yeah.
freaking, like Danny McBride,
Yeah.
Eastbound and Down,
Yeah.
cyber. And she did it, and I was like, nah, I can't pull that off.
Oh, speaking of that, I was watching the hockey game last night, and the Penguins and the Islanders, and in the stands they had like the new football drafts for the Jets, and this one lineman, mullets are coming back in. If you
Yeah.
didn't know this,
Oh,
my kids tell me
God.
that
It's a classic
they're
cut.
back in, and this dude had a mustache, and the commentator said, "I thought that was." Oh God, what's Danny McBride in Eastbound and Down?
Oh, I can't remember.
Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers.
Kenny.
That's what he said.
Kenny, yeah.
I thought that was fucking Kenny Powers in the stands. I'm like, oh man, he knows about that. He did totally look.
No,
like
and
Kenny
they are
Powers,
coming
too.
back.
Yeah.
Hardcore, especially
It
with the
is.
younger kids.
Oh,
with the
I'm-
youth.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I want to grow a skillet because I can't grow any hair on
and,
top.
and that's what we should do. Let's do it.
You want to do it?
Yes, I'll do it.
You know what? My dad has
I
that. And he
promise
doesn't
you.
even know he's in fashion right now. He has
Yeah.
the total Hulk Hogan thing going where he's bald on top.
Oh, he's got like Chinese hair. It's real
yeah, and he's got
thin. It moves with the air.
Or like
Yes.
a certain, you
yes,
know?
and he's got the Magnum PI mustache.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, dude. Let's do it. I'll
Yeah.
grow a skullet.
You want to grow a skillet?
Yep. I'll have an office skullet. You have a warehouse skullet.
Yours is gonna be all white and fucking. You're gonna look like a wizard.
I was just gonna say you
yes.
look like a wizard then.
I'm doing it. Done. That's all you guys had to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm gonna get you a walking stick at the Somerset Historical whenever they do their
with
fair.
a marble on top or something.
Yeah.
Now this
some
is
kind of gem, an encrusted gem.
now that the COVID is clearing
raw
up.
gem.
What we need to do is we need to take this show on the road to the Renfest.
Oh,
Roadshow. Go on tour.
It's been 15 years in
Go
the
on
making,
tour.
Savage Randy.
Yeah, it has. And I still never been to one. I still never went to a Renaissance fair.
really?
That one summer we were hot on it, and we were gonna go.
Looking up costumes and shit.
Bro, we
should-
were gonna go.
we
We had
should-
our personas figured out. We
Yeah.
had it all.
He was a Roman legionnaire.
I don't know. I was gonna be the Supreme Knight, and you were gonna be what a wizard.
wizard.
No, some other. There was something before wizard, not Grand Wizard, but some shit like that.
You guys
don't
would
know.
have been the
Cleric?
coolest
Oh.
couple ever.
We looked up.
Grand
I looked
Wizard
up
is a different
armor. He looked up
organization.
robes.
yeah, Grand
looked up
Wizard.
everything.
Grand Wizard.
That's a
dog.
different
What do you-
organization.
Yeah.
That was all.
Is that in Somerset? That's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was totally cool in Somerset.
Well, and also what made this
the
big.
Supreme Dragon.
Where's the
Grand
dragon?
Wizard?
Well,
He
what
was
made
carrying the cross.
My name's David Duke.
Well, what made this big was at the time that was when that movie Role Models was big.
Yeah.
And they did that whole the
Kiss
LARP.
my auntie.
And they did the LARP. Yeah. And
Yeah.
right. So that was big. And we got into it. We bought into it hook, line, and fucking sinker.
We were
doing that
we
at
gotta
work.
go. We got to go. We were there for 11 hours a day, and we spent probably, 6 of them looking up shit on the internet.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to find a truck. Fuck you. I'm on eBay. I got a hot bid on a fucking Wizard's costume.
That's when the sales manager would be like, "You guys made me dumber today." He literally said that.
Can you please stop for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm trying to put a deal together,
guys
and
are
all I can
making
hear
me
is
stupid.
you guys talking about
So,
fantasy shit.
so Randy, what made you leave? What made you leave the dealership?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
you
it
were a
sucked there.
salesman, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sucked.
people loved him though.
Yeah,
They
you were
did.
doing
Yeah,
good. Like,
I-
weren't you?
I was just-
making big money, or
I
no?
got tired of working 9
Well, the
to
money
8.
was different back then because this
It
was
was.
when cash
It
for
changed.
clunkers. Like our deals when we were salesmen, if we were badass and we sold a lot,
Yeah.
15 cars a month. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now, when I go in to check out and holler at the people and stuff, they're doing 30, 35, 40 cars a month.
Yeah, they're off the
There was just
board. They're off the
nobody-
board.
Yeah, that's the problem with
nobody.
sales is that the quotas just keep
Yeah.
growing. They will always keep growing.
Yeah.
you know?
Hot dogs are for
Yeah.
closers.
And that job is commission only.
Right.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all you get is commission.
Wow.
Right. And it sucks
it's
up a
tough.
lot of your life. The hours were 9 to 8.
Yeah.
9 in the
They're
morning
12
until
hours
8
a
at
day.
night. You were supposed to get a half night, but very rarely did you ever leave at 4 o'clock.
Lunch at your desk.
Lunch at your desk. If a customer walked in, I had to put away my $15 Japanese sushi and fucking,
$15 sushi. I had ramen.
Yeah, where the fuck you
You
getting
know.
$15?
Well, actually, you know what? Back then, we didn't even go for takeout. That's when we had the hot dog machine. We had that fucking roller
Yep.
over in the Chrysler showroom.
And the original captain. The big barbarian guy.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
he would
oh,
be
yeah.
really loud and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
He would cook shit in the toaster oven, put it on the back of
Pastrami
license
melts.
plates, and give them to us. And
Nachos.
charge us $3 a sandwich.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm going to Giant Eagle. I'm going to get some pastrami. What do you want? And some sourdough bread.
Yeah. But we got some cocaine
And
later
then,
on.
and then at about 6 o'clock, he'd run to the liquor store, get himself a bottle of Old Crow, and he would punch out in the service lounge watching TV and get smashed. Remember the grease spot that was on the
From his
paneling
hair.
from his head? He'd
Yeah,
sit
he
there
had like
and nod
groom and
off.
clean or something on it.
Yeah.
How dude, man, that was a totally different days because in the dealerships,
completely
you know, the
different
70s in the dealerships, you hear about them getting fucked up all the time.
Yeah.
This was the borderline of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were dying off.
This was the end of an era.
But there were some old eras there,
last
and you would
one.
get
Oh, yeah.
fucked up.
Oh yeah, doing coke, doing yiggity back in the service department. They had a fridge full of beer. You go back there, drink beer, do what you know.
Oh yeah, even when I was there, people were still getting fucked up during the
Oh
day.
yeah, and you could get away with a lot more shit as sales wise. I mean, I know I'm not saying I ripped people off. I'm not saying I did shady shit, but it was just a little bit easier.
You had to
back
be a
then.
salesperson. You
You
had
know,
to, and
it was
that's
just a
why
little
I couldn't
easier.
be a salesperson. 'cause-
Yeah.
So now we're getting into the meat of it. How would you?
And
what-
as the quotas started going up and the industry started changing, and between the hours and
the
working
internet,
weekends,
the internet.
revolutionized
That
fucking
was the
everything.
start of the internet.
Okay, so let's do this. If somebody's going to buy a car right now, what do they need to look out for? How are they? How are they going to get ripped off? What's the first thing? Interest rate?
They're trade.
They get ripped off on their trade-in.
Yes.
A trade allowance might be one.
Okay.
Bad credit, yeah.
Well, if you have bad credit,
If you have
there's
bad
not
credit,
nothing-
you're at the mercy of the dealership.
Yeah,
There's
you're gonna
nothing
pay
you can
whatever.
do there. You should be
Yeah.
happy just to walk out of there with a car. If it's yellow, fuck it. You got 4 wheels and it gets you to work.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
next one you can get what you want.
And you can't pick what you want. So if you go in and you have shitty credit and you're looking for like an SUV or like a Ford Explorer, you have shitty credit, they're going to put you in a fucking Cobalt because that's what you can afford, or a Kia.
Or that's what the
it.
bank will finance. You know, that's
Right.
you're at the mercy of the bank at that point, and there's nothing you can do. So you just need to clean up your credit, and next time you can get what you really want.
So what is it? What is
I
the
would
tip?
say I would say just stay.
What's a tip that we could give somebody now going in to buy a car?
Get somebody who knows about that shit and go in with you. It's
Yeah.
harder now with the internet because the prices are pretty much set.
Right.
So the only way they can get you is on the trade. So Kelly Blue Book is not the Bible of anything, people. Anybody who's listening to this, if you look
Yes.
up your car
Yes.
and it's worth $12,000 on Kelly Blue Book, when you go to trade it in, it is not worth $12,000.
No.
I can promise you.
No, it is not.
That is
it
a
not.
ballpark. You're going to get $10,000 because those dealerships have to make money.
Right.
And not to
Well, they
mention
always give you a
the,
trade-in price and a
Yeah,
and
yeah,
a
and
retail
then
price.
a retail price.
but also not to mention that you're punching in your information on a website. Kelly doesn't actually visually see your vehicle.
Right.
And a lot of people think their car is in better condition than what they
it is.
think
Absolutely,
it is.
they do.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they
So-
have that emotional tie to their vehicle.
Right. But Kelly doesn't see the hail damage.
No.
Kelly doesn't see
The boogers wiped on the
The
floor.
cigarette smell.
The van fries that have
Right.
been under there for 4 years.
Right. What I'm going to have to pay to recondition this
Right.
vehicle to
To
then
sell it
sell it
again.
back on the lot.
and those fries never rot. or
No, they
anything.
don't.
They don't.
They do not.
They
What's
don't
up
mold.
with that?
They don't
How
mold.
is that
They don't-
possible?
Science.
They just dry out.
Honestly, if it were me, my best advice would find a salesman that actually listens to you and listens to what you want, what you're trying
Your
to
needs.
Yeah,
Your
your
needs.
needs.
How do you know though? How do you know that salesman's listening to you and not
You don't.
just-
And
you
don't be scared to say if this dude isn't listening to
Yes.
you, go to a different one.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You can. You can, totally. But I'd say take somebody you know and who knows vehicles and knows values and be
Right.
like, listen, you can play hardball a little bit. That's getting harder to do now, though, with the internet because everybody
'Cause
has
it's-
their
right.
priced at slim margins so that they move. When we were selling, it was all about holding gross profit.
That's how you
because
made
that's how
money.
you made money.
And people had to go to look at the cars at the dealership.
Yes.
So once
Right.
you get them there,
Uh-huh.
once you get them there, you can.
They didn't
sell
have
them.
any Carvana
Now people,
or
now
anything
people come
like
in
that.
with a. I want that one, or I.
Right.
Yep, I already looked it up. I know how much it is at all the other dealerships.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
So the prices are pretty much set. So there's really no. You might have where before when me and you were doing it the first time around, you might have a couple $1,000s to play with. You might have some gross to play with,
Right.
and you know now the gross is $500.
Well, let me-
that's all it is $500, and then oh wait, now you're hitting me up for mud flaps and like vent shades.
It's
That's
coming
all
out of
coming
my
out of
money.
that's all coming out of my.
Let me
Kool-Aid.
put you into
So yeah,
perspective.
I'm gonna fight for it.
This is the story that hurt my heart enough that I could not be a salesman anymore. It's because I'm a fairly honest dude. Fairly.
Okay.
You know. And I was a salesman, and it's like, they seemed to be mentally challenged. They might not have been, but
I like
they
how you
seemed to
edited
be.
yourself there. That was nice.
And they come in for the grandson wanted to buy a regular cab, F-150 used, and we had $4,000 in markup on it. So me and the athletic supporter, who we all know,
Yeah.
he comes in, he helps me out on a deal. You got to stay here. Oh, we want to be at $250 a month. Well, I'm sorry, this truck is $350 a month. Plus, your insurance is going to be a raise to another $200 a month. So you're at $550. Yeah, we'll take it. So we do it, and we got them into this car at like $550 a month, which they wanted to be at $250 a month.
Yeah, so they
And
can't
took
afford it.
No, not at all. Not at
Right.
all. But, you know, my paycheck off of that was $1,200.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, okay, do it. And it ended up 3 months later, they had to go and get it repoed and shit like
Sure.
that. So that was a little sad, but
That's painful,
I
yeah.
still made that money.
That's true. Yeah.
That's what people do with houses. They spent 85% of their income on their house.
Right.
Yeah.
It leaves you no room
And
for
that's how it is
food or
right
bills
now.
or a car.
Yeah.
or
Right now,
anything,
houses
yeah.
are insane.
Well, and a lot of it is too, and yes, there's a lot of asshole car salesmen out there, but also what was our motto back then too? Buyers are liars.
Yes.
Buyers are liars. They're not going to tell you any more of the truth than what I'm going to. You know, that's a two-way street.
sure.
So you know, a lot of
Everybody's
people,
trying to get a deal.
right.
Especially on a
Right.
used car, because that's a one-of-a-kind thing. If they
Right.
really loved that car, then you're not going to find it anywhere else because this was
You're right.
the start of the internet and shit. So where are you going to go to get? You're going to go out to Pittsburgh? They're not going to have the same type of car here. If you want this car, you're going to pay what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of times, you know, and like it's that compromise. It's the bartering system. You want to be here, I want to be there. A lot of times, customers will come in and say, "I want to be at $200 a month," knowing they can go up to $400, but you're immediately cutting me in half. You know, right off the bat. So, or they might lie and say, "I don't have any money down," and then you present your first set of numbers. Now all of a sudden we have $4,000 when you would have just told me that. Just be honest with me up front. Just
Right.
shoot me straight. I'm going to shoot you straight.
So you're saying be honest with the salesman.
Be honest
and
with the salesman. Tell
just
him
shoot
your
your
wants.
shot.
Right. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Can you help me or not? And
There you
if
go.
you don't, if you don't get along with that guy, request to have another sale. Me personally, not to be sexist, but like when I buy something, I ask for a man because I'll buy anything off of a woman. I'll go in there looking for something specific, and I'll walk out of there with something. It's in yellow.
Let's
or
put a
some
pin
shit,
in that.
Or I'll end up paying more money.
When we were there,
You know what
there
I mean?
were some females that would do things to get sales.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Dirty pool.
Yes.
Really?
Don't
Very
say no
dirty
names.
pool.
Very dirty pool. They would go and top people off on the test drives and
Get
stuff like
outta
that.
here.
And they would make sales. Yes.
Wow.
And guys would pay $300
Oh, yeah.
more. You know, they came in looking at just the F-150 Sport, but now that I'm with a female, now I'm looking at King Ranch.
FX4,
I'm looking
King
at
Ranch,
FX4.
yeah, big
Oh,
old-
yeah. I can't look like a sissy in front of this hottie. You know, and those girls ate it up. Guys didn't stand a chance.
Okay, let's take a break real quick, right?
All right.
Yeah. We'll have our little Tucker on. Okay, everyone, we're back from our break. Savage Randy had to go, but
We got Uncle Meat.
Uncle
Moss.
Meat, Petey Moss is back in the seat, and we were talking to Savage Randy, who is our he's going to be our resident Tucker.
He's a
Not
Tucker.
as in tucking his meat between his legs, but as
It
in
might be.
Might be.
hopefully. But he's going to be our little Tucker Carlson. He opposes our viewpoints, and hopefully we have a couple listeners out there who
get
don't
into it.
necessarily agree with all of us politically,
Right.
But they're cool.
We definitely do.
So we might start getting into a little bit of political conversation.
Yeah,
here.
just a little bit. You know what I mean? But I hate having political conversation when we're all on the same team.
right, because it's not fair.
Because
you
I wanna
have
play-
to have the point counterpoint.
I want to play devil's advocate then, but I can't.
yeah, it's tough for us when you feel at your
Yeah.
core of your being that
A
that's
certain
wrong.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had,
So
I had kind of a point to that today.
yeah.
I actually had a point that relates to that.
well, go ahead. What?
Well, let's roll into it, Rick.
Like
Go ahead,
the
bud.
anti-Asian American.
All right, hold on one second.
The new hate crime law. Yeah.
All right, before we do that, let's do this. It's time for Rickety's, 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 I just like watching you guys.
List.
All right, Rickety's list.
But the anti-Asian American hate crime law that was just passed. Did we need separate hate crime laws, and why didn't the initial hate crime laws apply to Asians?
It should.
That's a wonder.
Yeah. So why do we need a special Asian hate crime law whenever if the first one didn't cover it? That should be the main point of discussion.
Well, if you think about it, like in World War II, when all that shit was kicking off,
When they were putting Japanese citizens,
Thank you.
or
Thank you.
Jap-
Yes.
No,
So
American
citizens
American
of
citizens-
Japanese
Yes.
descent.
when they were putting them in
into
internment camps.
Yes, George Takei is
Yeah,
probably
Takei.
the most famous.
Yeah, George Takei.
George Tokai. Yeah.
I believe he'll say Takei.
He'll say Takei. Oh,
He'll say Takei.
I think he's right.
hello.
I think you're right too.
Yeah, he will. He'll be like, "Hello,
Really?
Hello.
This is George Takei from Star Trek."
Yeah, okay. So, but what's scary about that is that we were so close to doing that with Muslims.
Yeah,
We were so
dude, that's frightening.
close.
It is. You can't say all one person is bad. That's fucking crazy to me.
It's
It is
ignorant.
absolutely crazy to me.
It's ignorant.
So if you're of Muslim descent, then automatically you're bad, and
Right.
that's one of the wholehearted.
And we came real close to that.
Yeah, we did. It's terrible. I have some of the nicest people. They've saved my ass. I can say that 100%. I've had some Islamic people save my ass.
Wow.
You know, slip me notes over in the Middle East and say, "Yo, your dog tags are showing. You better cover them up, or you're going to be a mark." Not that this
Yeah.
pale redheaded white guy in the Middle East wasn't a mark enough.
I would think
know?
you'd be a mark in any other country.
Well, people want this. They
Even
want
Ireland,
this.
they're
People want this.
You're a trophy.
I didn't say a mark like a fucking albino elephant.
No, it's more like an albino goat. But, you know,
the great white buffalo, the great white goat.
yeah, I'm the great white goat. I am.
All right, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're
no,
Chinese.
Yeah, the more important thing that I saw of it was that the way it was reported. So I watch CNN. I obviously that's just what I don't even think I get Fox News, but
So that's the
way
side
the
you're
way they
on.
were reporting it was like, why didn't these Republicans vote for a hate crime law against Asians? And they were running them down, and I'm thinking like maybe the Democrats just passed the Flags for Orphans bill. Like who's going to argue against Flags for Orphans?
Right.
So, if you don't vote for an anti-Asian hate crime law, it paints you in a certain light. So then I started to see the political aspect of why would you bring this up if we already had hate crime laws in effect that you could just enact?
Yeah.
You think
Unless
they
you were trying for friction.
You think they did
And
it and attached some riders to that bill that they wanted to get across? Because that seems to be the problem nowadays. You front something really big, but then you slip in some bullshit.
Well, the riders used to come for extra votes. They needed votes to pass it, and now they can pretty much steamroll that law through and discredit anybody that's holding on to a...
Oh, you didn't vote for the Asian safety bill,
Yes.
so you're fucked.
Yes.
But meanwhile, there was an extra part of that bill, which was the real motive for passing that bill.
And it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was to
No,
show
we
up
don't-
the Republicans for not voting on it.
Yeah, it was just a political thing. Yeah, which is like the same reason why like the Republicans voted down any kind of further inquiry into the January 6th attacks or whatever.
on the Capitol.
Because they know that this is just a political stunt, or from their view, this is a political stunt that's going to drag into the midterms, and which is just so disgusting about our government.
Yeah,
is
it's
that
disgusting to see one side play as dirty as the other.
it's
or even
just
dirtier.
mean girls. It's mean girls.
is,
Two
yeah,
groups
yeah.
of mean girls.
No, you're right.
Arguing against it. Nobody's really looking out for us.
They're the
It's just-
same side.
Yeah, it's
Until
really.
we recognize
Dude, those
that.
motherfuckers drink beer after every session of Congress
They're
together.
in each other's
Oh, yeah, they
pocket.
do.
It's
Yeah.
a sham.
They're tugging each other
Yeah,
off.
they're playing a game, which is just win the day, for their team. But none of them are really overly concerned with, what's good for
Us.
the country.
No.
And people
No.
are hinging on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. That's why having Savage Randy here and talking to him off the mics about his political point of views, how he's on the other side of us.
Oh, for sure.
But how we can still,
Not just
we can be
political. I
friends.
mean, he's a guy who will shit in a hasty fighting position.
Yeah.
In
And
basic training.
Yes. That's something none of us, I mean, we're too cool for school when it comes to that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, stop. I got to shit.
We're like, fuck the rules. I'm not shitting in my pants unless it's me at work and I'm like,
I'm shitting in
Showing
my
off.
pants.
yeah, and I'm trying to crack a
You're
joke.
strutting, you're peacocking.
I'll do anything for a laugh. I got a problem. I'll admit it. but it's good to, I think, bring him in
Some a fresh.
perspective,
Yes.
a different perspective, and to kind of show that, not that there's any young people listening to this, but just to show like how it's supposed to be. Like you can have difference in it, and it's supposed
And
to be
still be friends.
yeah, it's supposed to be a yin and a yang. The line between the black and the white on the yin and
Right.
the yang is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. No,
know?
that is
we gotta
that is
undivide.
it. Period.
We gotta undivide some shit.
Absolutely.
You can have, and that's the problem nowadays. It's if you think of one way, left or right. Unfortunately, when you meet somebody new, it's like age, sex, political affiliation
Yeah.
in that order. We did that the night we went out to the Carenbrook Club.
Absolutely.
It is totally that way,
You have to
and
go
it
through
should
that filter.
not be.
shouldn't
For
be.
one, okay, age I understand. Sex. Doesn't matter who you bang.
Who you-
Why does it care? I don't. Third,
it
third. Why does it care who you fucking vote for? As long
It
as you
really
get along,
doesn't.
because I got along with everybody I met up
Right.
there until, well, even after, but until you start bringing that political,
Politics.
then everybody gets tense.
Yeah, it's like, oh, your side's trying to destroy the country.
And it's because they don't know. It's like one of the main conversations we had with somebody up at the Carenbrook Club was about tariffs and imports from China. And it's like, oh, hey, that happens to be the job I get paid for every day.
Right.
So I
That's
know
what you
a
deal with
little bit about that.
A little more than
and
you.
the stuff that you have heard is not right by any means. So let me tell you this. We talked very well up until then about, what, an hour or two
Yeah.
beforehand?
Until that.
And we got along great. So now let me inform you on how things really are. And I really felt that they're like, oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it might have softened their view or
I'm
helped
sure
them,
it did.
or thought that
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
Or
One
a
of the
good
two.
a good person can hear that and be like, oh shit, man,
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
I'm
man.
willing.
I think
I'm
there's a
willing
lot
to
more.
take
I think
the
there's
chance.
a lot more of those people than I think they're just
Than you
marginalized.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Right.
problem
They're
is
just sick of everything and
everybody
don't wanna- yeah.
nowadays hangs out in the echo cavern. Like you
Yes.
mentioned, we all think politically alike. So
And that's
when
not
we
good.
talk politics, which is
Right.
why we haven't,
Yeah.
is because we're in an echo tobacco cafe.
and I realize that, and I can't stand it. You know what I mean? I want an
Me too.
opposing point of view.
Right.
But
You
me
know?
watching that was kind of like I didn't like what went on,
Right.
and just
Oh, that's the
independently
same way, yeah.
did not like it.
Yeah, to me, CNN is as bad as Fox.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
All of them, they
Yeah.
paint this picture, and the picture
There's
is
a
not
war
what
between
it is.
Rupert Murdoch and whoever owns Fox. Or no, wait, the one guy owns
Murdoch
CNN.
owns Fox
Yeah,
and-
Murdoch owns Fox.
Murdoch owns Fox, and then somebody else owns CNN. But it's basically like a war between the ideologies of
That's
those
it.
two fuckers.
Exactly.
That's all
and
it
they got
is.
all these sheep following what they say. Their spoken word.
Like
man.
it's gospel.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I
it's
was kind of
got
proud of myself to kind of filter through the bullshit myself.
Basically,
Like,
what
and
it
have an
is.
independent thought about why aren't hate crimes applied universally.
I agree,
Dude, the equation I can think of is when we were 15 or 16 and we heard the Sex Pistols,
Mm-hmm.
and we're thinking of them or Fugazi.
Okay.
Minor Threat. You're thinking of their ideologies. You're like, God damn, let's go. That's what these people are now because the internet's big. So they're like, oh, let's follow this shit. You know.
Ah.
You remember how shit used to get us?
Okay,
amped
so
up
you're
in the
saying
days?
your political ideology was influenced by the music you liked back then.
Back then, because it was pre-internet. So
Right.
you heard, oh shit, okay, the government, blah blah blah, this, like,
Everything was word of mouth or radio.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Now it's 24/7. I watch these kids. I used to make fun of them, but you watch these kids all day on their phone, blah 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 blah, all
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
But they're going through 15 billion things a second, checking out what they're from all this information, and we didn't have that.
No,
You know, your
we
brain
didn't.
has to get acquired to that
Disinformation.
shit.
Yeah, we had to develop our own. I mean, this sounds like an old man, but it's like, in our age, you had to develop your own opinion based on what you gleaned from life.
Wherever.
Yes.
Yeah, life.
Where now it's like there's so much information, and depending on which channel you subscribe to,
Right.
on
That's what
or
you're
which
getting.
Facebook group or Twitter account you follow, that's who that's what category you're locked into.
We kind of excluded sheeple as a rule when we were younger. I probably were.
Yeah, there was
you
no
didn't want
such
to hang out
thing.
with
Yeah.
anybody that was.
Yeah, you just kind of you didn't have to call them sheeple, but you were
You know
just
what I
like
mean? Yeah,
they
they couldn't
were-
think for themselves,
Right,
or have an independent
exactly.
thought.
That was
Yeah.
the main thing. I know the B-Daz and I used to have the problems is that we would always think
because we like
counterculture.
to hang out with everybody.
Absolutely,
We saw the
everybody
benefit
all the
of
time.
hanging out, like going to different
Yep.
parties on a Friday night. It was like, yeah, these guys are at the time.
Yep.
These guys are out there dressed like Vanilla Ice and
Yep.
doing dances in the parking lot. We
Right.
weren't into that. We weren't.
But we'd
into the
hang out with
music.
them to see
But
what
we'd
they
hang
were
out.
like.
Because
Yeah.
there were girls there too.
Yeah.
There were girls and booze there too. You know what I mean?
And if you
It's
banged
all
a
inclusive.
Vanilla Ice girl,
hey, more power to you.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
You got one off of that column there.
I'm into all the broads. You know, I don't care what category they're in. I want a country broad.
Yeah.
You know,
Wood chopper.
the Young Democrats Club of the homeless. Sorry. Yeah, but I mean, like people go to like Republican camp now. It's crazy.
really?
Oh yeah.
yeah. See, that's subscribing to either
that's
Republican or
horrible.
Democrat.
And that's
what
the sad
team
thing
you're
is you
on.
see these kids
any
nowadays,
political camp.
and
Yeah.
what their parents believe is
Yeah.
strictly.
It was an issue I had.
It feels hopeless.
Yeah, that was an issue I had, and I probably shouldn't even be saying this shit right now, but nobody important listens. Or but I don't know. But like my ex was very volatile and
Left.
and connected to
Weaponized.
a certain weaponized in a certain direction, and it was like my kids were that way, and I would constantly have this battle with them. Like, listen, you got to look towards the middle. Not everything the other side is saying is wrong. Like of course, if you watch, if you relegate it to there's two channels,
Right.
Fox or CNN, you're going to say, all right, well, I got to pick this side. But not everything they're saying is evil or racist or, anti-humanitarian. Like there is a middle line, It
And
has
again, you have to think about where you live. Like the prime thing. I was gone all last week out west, for work. So I'm in that areas, and those are areas that have been inundated. They're sanctuary cities. They have been inundated with all these illegal immigrants. And I have not ever seen in my life, and I used to live in Denver.
Yeah.
I've never seen that many homeless people in my life.
It's
Never.
really going crazy.
I
I
can
was shocked.
see how if you're a working class citizen in a city like El Paso or Colorado Springs or somewhere like that, and you have all these homeless people creating all this everywhere you go, on every single exit there was at least 3 or 4 homeless people.
Yeah.
You know, I can see how they would think the immigrant problem is big because it affects them. Here in Somerset County, how much does the
doesn't
immigrant
affect it.
no?
Yeah, it's-
So we put it down on
Yeah,
right.
it's real easy.
layer.
It's easy to look down at.
It's
it.
easy to be on one team or the other
Right.
here,
Right.
Because we don't have immigrants.
And that's the problem with most people is they don't think globally. They think locally.
Yes.
And I can understand that because that is your sphere of influence. But in order to fix the problem, you have to go from thinking macrocentric to from microcentric to
macro,
macrocentric.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So
All right, so what's next on the list? Shit got too serious for me. I was getting bummed out.
I didn't want to stay too serious, but this one is kind of weird to me that for some reason the people that aren't getting vaccinated
or Bud Light.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
grab me one too. But the people that aren't getting vaccinated, a big segment of the populace is.
What do you mean there's no more? There's one right there.
One of the problem areas.
All right, go ahead.
One of the problem areas in vaccination is police officers.
Oh.
And to me, I don't quite understand the mindset of why a police officer would
Because
not want
let
to
me
get
tell you
vaccinated.
this. All right, this is where I
Oh,
have,
so somebody
This is
has
what-
experience.
this is-
I have a
this
little
is-
bit of experience.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to ask.
Police officers are unfortunately definitely on one team. Okay, and if you're not, you're labeled as anti-police. It's really drastic. The police, there's a real us versus them thought process propagated in police teams, police
I
departments.
totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
So to them, it's you don't trust anybody, and you work for the government. So and you see the dysfunction. So you don't trust the government. And for one thing, the brass in police departments is like I likened it a lot to when I was a cop. I felt like I was on a canoe, and it was like the police were trying to push me off. And the bad guys were trying to push me off. So
You had nobody watching your back. You
There's
truly
really
had nobody.
Yeah,
watching
like
your back.
all right, in sticky situations, in gunfights or in fights, you had somebody quote unquote watching your back. But when it came down to it, there was nobody watching your back because if there was a crime or if there was a situation that got sketchy, you were the one that was going to be sued.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So police departments are very team oriented, very like you're in the club or you're out of the club, and so police departments to not want vaccinated, that makes sense to me.
But the odd statistic is that in 2020, what killed the most police officers in America?
I don't know.
COVID.
COVID, really?
Yes.
I believe
You know as well as I do.
168 out of 280.
Dude, when
Yes,
you
we're
when
related
you
to
run
COVID.
into a place, you have your PPE. How many
Yeah.
times did you see a gunshot victim or a dead body
yeah,
or
blood
something?
everywhere,
and you had
sweat
to,
everywhere,
every
yeah.
bodily fluids anywhere, and you
Yeah.
have to glove up and
Oh,
rest.
yeah.
You don't have respirators. You didn't have time to do that
there's
shit or
no
anything.
time when you're fighting with dudes.
No.
When I first started, I was because police academies, for one thing, are like a terror camp. They train you. They show you videos every day of cops getting killed. They basically train you to like fear and hate.
Fight or flight.
Ludovico effect.
They-
Like
they-
Clockwork Orange. Just
Yes.
They teach you
drill
to
it.
either fear or hate the public. The public is trying to kill you. The first things they teach you is you better not be wearing. You better touch the trunk. You'll see this if you watch any cops or anything like that. They put their bare hand on the trunks of cars
to get their fingerprints on
to
it.
get their fingerprints on the car in case you get killed. They can track down who killed you. I mean, it is. They teach you fear.
that many steps.
When you
ahead.
come out of the police academy, you are so amped up that people are trying to kill you.
damn.
That's so not good.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. How is that good for anything?
So here's the thing. When I came out of the police academy, I was so terrified of hepatitis and
And
AIDS
MRSA.
and all that shit. But, after, I would say about the 5-year mark, I was laying in that back seat with my feet out the window. Just, you give up. You know what I mean? And so, you know, when you tell me like cops are they're like, yeah, they don't trust anybody. They're the least trustful people.
There was a new video that came out too, one that's been covered up for a while.
I saw.
Oh no, I didn't hear this. What is this?
Oh, in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yes, it's horrible. They told this family, I mean, to summarize, they told this family that a guy died in a crash, but really, man, these police officers pulled him out of a car, they handcuffed him, they beat his ass, he laid there and died. You know, it's
Jesus Christ,
and they at the same time
that's
said,
the problem. That is the problem.
And the one's caught saying, "This motherfucker got blood all over me. I hope he doesn't have AIDS."
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
While
unfortunately
beating somebody to death. Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is the truth in some areas. You know, anytime you have humans in control of the lives of other humans, you're going to have some ugliness.
I thank you for that point of view, though.
It's
not something you hear.
But the bottom line is,
No, I think a lot of that is some shit that some people are trying to put behind them here, you know, because that is a marking point, and I know for a fact you've seen shit like that.
Yeah,
I know for a fact, and I know hearing that shit, you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
They covered up the body cam, and I guess somebody rooted into it and found it, and then
yep.
Yeah,
it's fucked up because I got an email this week from a good buddy, and one of my training officers is retired this week, and I just was so happy for him. For one, that he made it through unscathed,
yeah.
And then for two, that he's retiring. He gets to get off the streets,
And honestly, that needs to happen.
Yeah,
like the
that-
20 years is
Dude, that's a long time to be on the streets.
I have from the beginning been a vouch, like I believe it should be like military service. It should be like you
Absolutely.
re-up after a couple years.
Yeah.
But see,
you're right.
I'm fucked up though that like I almost think it should be like in Jerusalem to where every of age person has to join the military for a certain amount of time.
I'm that way too.
I almost feel like people
2
of a
years.
certain age should have to serve their community.
and know what goes into that. And
You'll
that way
learn a lot.
you'll
Yeah,
fall into line.
That's by no
Absolutely.
means a bad.
But I feel like being a police officer for 25 plus years is
That's too much on anybody's psyche.
It's irreparable. It's irreparable because I know for one thing, a big thing that scared me and a lot of the reasons why I'm not anymore, it was because every guy I know that retired while I was a cop died very shortly after retiring.
No shit.
Whether that be because of like heart disease was a big thing of it because you're working night shifts, swing shifts, you're eating shitty food, you're under immense stress,
And
you're an alcoholic.
let me tell you-
mostly everybody I know was a fucking alcoholic.
Let me tell you something. And when you're in that line of work and you see that many people die from different ways, whether it's in the line of duty or health regards from being in the line of duty or anything like that, that takes a huge toll on you. If you see, like, even in the Army, I probably saw maybe, I would say not that high, but high enough, 25% attrition rate, into people. I mean, I've seen people get shot next to me. That shit fucks you up. It does. Let alone when you're domestically. Mine was overseas. When you're in your own home country versus the people that you're sworn, quote unquote, to protect, and yet you have that kind of attrition rate, that fucks with you, dude. There's no fucking way
you
it
do
cannot.
the statistics in your head, like 4 years this happened.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here 10
How the hell
years.
did I
I've
get
known
6 times this?
I've known 8 dudes who have fucking died in the line of duty, and then another 5 more from complications to shit on the line of duty. Yeah, fuck. Something needs changed. To have
It's
that.
changing. It's changing.
It is gonna change.
It's changing. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that's dark. That's dark.
God,
Let's go.
Tongue fissures.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, all right. This is something I like.
Oh man, have you ever seen a picture of somebody with tongue fissures?
No.
You've heard like tongue fissures are like deep crevices and cracks,
Like
in your
anal
tongue.
fissures.
Yes, but
But
I guess
in your
anal.
tongue.
Yeah, but in your tongue.
How do you get a tongue
Cold
fissure?
sores in your mouth.
No,
Or no, is
these are weird. These are like canyons, cracks.
How do you get them? Oh, I have shit queued up. I can't.
Is it how do you get where do you get a tongue fissure from? Jesus,
They don't know.
All right,
Which
that
is
is
scarier.
I would say here's what I say. Women that are unclean.
I was wondering.
Spelunking.
Yeah. Some cavern diving, some asshole eating if we know. Oh,
Copenhagen, I would say.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not.
so how do you get what? Okay, so you just mentioned it. What else do you have to say?
What do you
about
got
it?
with that?
Oh no.
Where are you going with this? This is dark. We're going from dark to darker.
Well, you know Kevin Smith. He had anal fissures,
Yes.
and his stories of those are like they're the worst things you could possibly ever experience.
Yeah,
in your
that
life.
probably to me is one of the worst things I could imagine. Yeah.
But they say the tongue doesn't have nerve endings
It's a
like the
muscle.
butthole. The butthole, like it's the same thing, fissures.
Yeah.
But the butthole has so many more nerve endings than the human tongue that it's much more tolerable to have tongue fissures than butt fissures.
Much more tolerant. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I was just thinking like Lego blocks from a couple weeks ago.
Well, my teeth?
No. If somebody with anal fissures met up with somebody with tongue fissures, you know. That was the original idea for the.
Well,
human
have you
centipede,
ever
I think.
had like your tongue pierced or anything?
No.
No.
I've had mine pierced and it wasn't bad. at
You had
all.
your tongue pierced?
For
They say-
oral
that's what they
pleasure?
say. It doesn't
I
hurt.
got it in Korea. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the?
And it's still there's still a hole in there where I could put like cough drops when they swell down enough. I'll put it in there.
Are
and,
you
like,
fucking
stick it out.
serious?
Yeah.
I had no
Yeah.
idea.
What was your mindset? I'm in Korea.
That I wanted to pleasure somebody. Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give somebody a little Murloc.
You were not afraid
You
of
had your
fissures.
tongue pierced?
In Korea. Yeah,
That makes no sense.
Korean
yeah,
tongue
my
piercing.
tongue pierced.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it didn't hurt. I mean,
Is there still a hole there?
half a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's half a hole.
But that's what they
Like
say.
your
You can-
ears. You get your ears pierced. This shit like never goes
yeah, I
away.
had my ears pierced and I
It
get
never
like
goes away.
shit build up in there.
Oh,
and
you get
stuff.
that little creep.
Yeah,
Little,
yeah. It
little-
needed popped or whatever. It's gross.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a really dark episode.
Well, hey.
Well, we got to lighten it up. We can,
We
turn
can
this
lighten
around.
it up with some comments. Unless
there
you
we
have
go.
another list.
No.
You got anything else on the list?
Nah, that's all good.
Man, your list was dark.
It was.
It was dirty.
dingy.
It was dirty. Tongue fissures? As a man who performs a lot of oral
Oh, and
at rest
It was
stops.
dark.
Well, we've got a comment here from last week, so I'm going to read comments from last week.
All right, yeah, let's hear that.
This is a private. Is it okay to say this? Okay, this is a private message one of our guys had, and they said about last week: The Big Lebowski, Hollywood, carpet peed on, bowling, tripping in acid. Maud gets impregnated by the Big Lebowski. Maud is spelled wrong, by the way.
Okay, yeah, and she didn't get impregnated by the Big Lebowski.
No, this is
No.
his thought. After,
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
the swirling thought that after you hear it,
Right.
And then he tried to nail it down.
Yeah, and then it comes on to the captain, Hollywood. He shits on the floor and gets peed on. Was good at bowling. Sold Nintendo for acid. Has a girlfriend named Maud. The captain is a dreamer, LOL. And
Yeah.
that fits perfectly.
Listen,
Absolutely.
that wasn't a comment, but that was probably the most bomb ass review.
Yes. Review, yeah.
Review of last week's
A
episode.
podcast. It
That's-
was. That was when I read that. I started laughing like crazy, and everybody at work's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It's
Yeah, just hearing it, I realized that whoever wrote that is way smarter than I.
yeah." So shout out to whoever wrote that, Rick.
Whoever sent
Zangief.
whoever sent you that is way smarter than I am. Like that, it makes sense to me, but to put it to words and to put
think
those
it through.
to think it through.
He asked me how to listen to it, and I told him. I said,
Yeah.
just listen to it once and enjoy it, and
Yeah.
then listen to it again. And
That
then
dude
pick-
is way
and then
too
pick out
smart
what
to
you
be
get.
listening to this. I'm intimidated. He's gonna pick me apart.
Well, you know, I feel sad because I haven't listened to last week's at all.
Oh,
At all,
yeah.
I've heard a lot of feedback. Like my sister, she, like I was telling you guys before, she's like, "Man, I was so angry because I was saying shit while I was listening to it."
She wanted
but
to
realizing
comment.
that it was on recorded and
Yeah.
that we sounded like we were just sitting here bullshitting,
That's a good
like we
compliment.
always do when
Yeah,
we're with my
yeah.
sister, you know.
Oh yes.
But then we had another couple of comments. The captain goes on the YouTube.
Yeah.
He goes, "You guys could arm yourself with a Mega Maid type spaceship similar to the one in Spaceballs.
Well, we can't. We don't have those capabilities, Cap. So
Right. You know us. I mean, what the fuck, Cap?
Yeah, we can't even. You know what I mean? We
What's a Mega Maid?
we people.
Well, you never seen Spaceballs.
The Mega Maid was the Rosie Jefferson.
Rosie Jefferson.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, then Melly Mel goes.
He's also too smart for us.
Well, I think that he says things together that makes him think smart.
All
All right, so Melly Mel goes. My older brother farted on my pizza.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
And my mom made him eat it. And one time, I got cherries out of the garbage and gave them to him.
All right, so she said that her brother farted
on her
On a
pizza.
pizza. And the dad being the good dad he was.
Yes.
And then she posted another comment that says, "I don't sweat, I overheat." I believe that's
Yeah.
at you,
See?
Uncle Meat.
That's what's going on.
And
He knows
two
what's going
laughy
on.
faces afterwards.
It's horrible.
Okay, then Muffler Shop Mary gets on and says, "Get the Skyview and Satellites apps," which I already have the Skyview. I've had it forever, so thank you, Miss
of course you
Muffler
do.
Shop Mary. Pretty cool stuff. You can hold your phone at the sky and it'll show you all the planets, satellites, rocket bodies, etc.
It's crazy. It's
I didn't even like
You got
that,
it?
but
No, I've seen her
like
do
that.
it.
I have it. I have it all.
It's
the time.
pretty cool?
I go out every clear night out here and go watch the sky. That's what I majored in college.
Yeah.
Astrology?
Astronomy.
Oh.
Astrology.
No, not
You're such an Aries. You're such an Aries.
Jesus, you're not like an Aquarius. No. Okay, then we got Melly Mel again.
Yeah. Mel.
Mel's an all fucking star, dude.
Yeah, she's an all-star.
I need to meet this broad.
She's
she's in real
in
life.
the echelon. She's in the top echelon.
Definitely. And there's no reason I shouldn't. Her son's dating my daughter, so I should meet her, right? At some point in time.
So do you think she's only she only comments or hangs out with us because of that, or do you
No.
think she's really
No, I
part
think
of the
she's
group?
fucking retarded.
You think she wants to be part of the group?
I think
Yeah.
she's retarded.
Dude,
From
she-
all the comments she posted, come on, she's got to be fucking stupid.
Yeah, she's funny. She's funny.
Did you just insult our best fan?
No, that's not an insult by any means.
I'm
Any
kidding, I'm
means
kidding.
that is
I'm
that is
kidding.
Retarded for us is a
Is
term
a
of
term of
endearment.
It's a term of
Yes,
endearment,
absolutely, absolutely.
That's like
yeah,
the
Melly
N-word.
Mel, I didn't
It's
mean
the-
it like
it's
that.
like the N-word for
when
black
we go out to family dinner and shit, come on.
like we don't call each other N-words. We
Bitch,
call
you
it-
retarded.
Damn, you retarded, baby.
All right, well, she goes, "Here we go," earlier this time, which I didn't listen to last week's episode, so I don't know what that means.
You lose.
We did it on Saturday, not Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, Rick.
Okay.
And then we got DJ Robot Robert. That period of silence, I thought the captain hang up on you. And I responded, never.
No.
Because the captain wouldn't hang up on us.
No.
So, DJ Robert, you know us better than a lot of people know us.
Yeah.
Why would anyone ever hang up on me and you
Yeah.
guys? Never.
I think DJ Polanski.
Yes, that's it.
He was on one of the earlier episodes. I think he wants to be on. It looks like he wants to be on.
Well, why
That might
doesn't
not
the
be a bad
motherfucker
idea.
call
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
touch
He could.
bases?
Yeah, he could. He could.
I would
just
have
say-
him on.
He
I
could
would have
just
him
say
on.
he wants to be on.
You know, any of these people
Sounds
that
like
are
a call-in.
commenting.
Call
Yeah.
in.
If
Why
Mel-
don't you set up we're here at noon
On
fucking
Sundays.
Sunday mornings. You say, "Hey, I want to be on." You could be on.
Noon isn't morning though.
Fuck, that's morning to me, bitch.
Jeez.
so aggressive
Well, there's noon
for
in
an
the
astrologist.
If you're from Western Pennsylvania, there's noon morning and there's noon evening.
And then there's dinner.
There's midnight.
Dinner,
dinner and
and
there's
supper.
There's supper
yeah.
and dinner.
And fifth breakfast.
12 p.m. is night and 12 a.m. is morning.
yeah, because people don't realize we're
Yeah,
so
it's a weird little
close.
colloquial.
We're so close to the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, that's it. That's what changes things.
Yeah, the Mason-Dixon line's like 20 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude.
You've
we're
never been to
really-
Mason-Dixon?
No.
Dude, we're right
Fuck,
on
dude,
the
get
border.
your fucking Confederate hat on and we'll go down there.
Let's go.
I don't want a Confederate.
Yes, we're gonna paint Confederate pallets. and sell
want a
'em.
Confederate hat. You got one?
No, I don't.
He doesn't have any people from down south.
No.
there is nobody.
I'm
in
all
his,
yank.
There is nobody in either one of you's like
No.
my people are from down south. Like
Really?
Oh yeah.
Dry firsts?
No, that's not my people. No, that was just a
The sperm donor.
sperm donor.
Oh.
Like on my mom's side, all of her family's from like Alabama.
What was your mom's maiden name?
Mine.
Holt?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought that was your dad's name, man.
No. My dad's name was Dreyfus.
Oh, yeah.
My
I
biological
didn't
DNA
realize-
donor. Yeah, no. My mom's last name is Holt. There's a Holt Hill in Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No.
Dude, can
I
we
don't-
make a road trip?
Oh, man.
I'm
Please.
not going to Alabama.
Going back to the
We're
roots.
going to Holt Hill.
I'm not going to Alabama. Dude, 5 generations.
Oh, no way, no.
According to 23andMe, 5 generations back, that's where my Nigerian comes from.
Well, why don't
that
we...
means slave.
We have
Why
to go in
don't-
search of Pappy Holt.
Why don't we grab up
We
your
have to find
sisters?
Pappy Holt.
Oh, no.
We're going to grab Mandy Man, Shan Shan,
K-Boogie.
and K-Boogie.
K-Boogie.
And we're all going to go down to Holt Hill
No.
and rent a cabin for the weekend.
No, I have all kinds of family members down in Texas and Alabama. And no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thanks.
He says no.
No, thanks.
Is that a hell no?
That's a hell no.
not a
I'm
full
going to
go?
Alabama.
I don't ever want to go to Alabama, man. Never,
No.
never.
There's no sweet home Alabama for me.
No,
I went to Alabama and actually crossing the Georgia-Bama line heard that song play at the exact moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
It came on the radio?
On the radio, yeah.
terrestrial radio.
We went on a kayak trip and
Did you turn it up?
I hear
Was that surreal?
I hear
it's
that
totally surreal.
song.
Yeah.
I hear that song and the Kid Rock remake of that song so much that I want to punch somebody in the face.
That's horrible.
Dude, that's one of my top 5 hated people.
oh, Kid Rock?
Yes.
Oh,
I can't stand him.
I would take him out.
yeah.
I would fucking-
roundhouse him across
I'd
the
be like
street.
a hockey. What do they call that? The hockey guys?
Goon.
Enforcer.
And then
You'd be
Goon.
goon.
Yeah, I'd be the goon. If Kid Rock was here, I would turn into the goon.
If it was, I would like a tag team match.
Ooh.
Me and you
Yes.
versus Kid Rock.
Yes.
And Jesus
Who
Christ,
else?
why?
Fred Durst.
No, well, that would be
Ooh,
nice.
that's good. That's
But
a good call.
Who's that fucking dude who shoots shit out of helicopters and stuff?
Ted Nugent.
Yes, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Kid Rock, Ted Nugent versus you
What
and
if
me.
we lost?
Let's.
And the ghost
there
of
is-
Little Joe.
There is no fucking way we would lose. So for charity, Nuge, fucking Kid Rock, when you're listening, I challenge you.
Yeah.
Do it
Me
for-
and the B-Daz.
Do it for
versus
Little
you two.
Joe. Do it
We're
for
winning.
Little Joe.
We're winning that fight.
There's no doubt.
We're winning
no
that fight.
fucking doubt.
We're winning that.
Fuck them
Can I
up.
be the Elizabeth of the group?
Oh yes, you would be my Elizabeth.
Yeah, Ted
any
Nugent
day.
would bang you.
Who?
No, we would not. I would not let Ted Nugent bang my meat. You would. Never.
He'd be like, "It's Kid Rock."
And then be like, nope, you're not touching my meat.
I'll be Kid rocking up and down your meat.
My meat, Elizabeth. Never. Never.
Keep your hands
That's
off
cool.
me.
No. I wouldn't let anybody fuck you meat.
No,
Thanks, buddy.
No, we definitely
Good
wouldn't.
thing to know.
Especially the Nuge. Or Kid Rock. I'm not letting them fuck you. I'll take them out. I will take them out.
I would too, man.
And I'm a
I'd fucking
pacifist.
roundhouse
I'm
'em.
anti-violence, but I will take them out.
That's good to know.
If Kid Rock tried to mount you, it'd be on.
Oh, it would. We'd fuck him up.
Take him out. Oh, I can't stand his cover of Sweet Home Alabama.
I can't stand him, period, man. Ever. No. Fuck him.
He's the mullet.
I
He's
hate
the
him.
mullet of people.
No, I just hate him.
He doesn't have
sucks.
one good song, does he?
No, it sucks. All of it sucks.
damn.
And that motherfucker's from Detroit?
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Ugh.
It sounds like a fabrication how he came to be.
It was.
Well,
Kind
how
of
did
like
he
Fred
rock?
Durst.
Yeah,
like Fred
he was
Durst.
created.
Fred Durst was
Can
created.
you imagine Kid Rock selling out shows, doing what he does in Detroit?
That's exactly.
Getting big, and getting
Dude,
signed.
it's
like-
exactly
like a
what it
normal-
was.
Yeah.
Fred Durst was manufactured. Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit, their record company would pay DJs in these radio
sure-
markets
yes.
to play them.
That
So
makes
they
sense.
would play them, and that's how they got. That's a
Yes.
fact.
Yes.
So, and
That
Kid
makes
Rock's
perfect
the
sense.
only way.
Same way.
Because from watching
Same
all
way.
these hip hop and documentaries and shit, there was a hip hop mogul up in Detroit that would shut people down for going in unless they paid dues. Big Trick. Big Trick, I have no doubt, or Trick. I have no doubt if Kid Rock came on, he'd be like, bitch, get the fuck
Yep.
out of here. Unless Trick does like Kid Rock, then I don't have any
Unless
respect for
Kid
Trick
Rock
Trick
paid.
anymore. But he did.
True.
Kind of like
Unless they paid.
Vanilla Ice with Suge Knight.
Right. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This one is I don't
Off
know
the
where.
hook.
This one is
I don't know. It's all over the
place.
place. Yeah.
It's all over.
Well, some of us are jet lagged. Some of us are brain lagged. Some of us are.
I'm brain lagged. I'm definitely brain lagged.
Bring us back, meat.
I'm not good at that.
Do you have any input in this whole podcast?
Not really. Not really. I'm agreeing with you guys.
What is? Do you have something to offer to the group?
I learned something cool about spiders.
Oh, go ahead.
They use Earth's electric field to fly.
Shit! I did hear that with their silk.
Yeah, they
Yes.
shoot out a web and it hits the natural
Magnetic field, electromagnetic
and it
field. Yeah,
shoots them like two
In
and a half
certain
miles in the
directions.
air.
yeah, it's true. Good job. Good job.
Or 1,000 miles out to sea.
Oh, I
That
heard
would
a
suck.
That
theory.
sounds like a
spider.
mistake.
Yeah, they fucked up.
I heard a theory, and it. I'm not smart enough to explain it properly, but the reason, like, all right, people see UFOs.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Okay.
Yeah, well, yes.
But imagine we are two-dimensional creatures on a piece of paper. Mm-hmm. All right. So take away our third dimension ability.
yeah, and you see a third dimensional
And
creature.
so we see something weird and we can't catch it. It moves too fast for even our fucking jet planes to keep track of and shit
We've
like that.
talked about this last
So
week.
imagine we are two-dimensional and somebody puts a finger through a piece of paper.
Right.
We would only
Have
see
no
like this
idea
blip.
what it is.
And
Yeah.
we're like, oh, it's moving so fast. It's so fucking crazy.
No, it's totally true.
I always thought they were time travelers.
They're on a different dimension, and we are just seeing like the tip
kinda
or
what I
like
thought of it,
them
yeah.
moving through.
Oh, it's
or
totally
something.
true. That's like we see in 3 dimensions here.
Yeah.
So that 4th dimension, that brings in totally what we were talking
Yeah,
about
so
last
we're
week.
never going to see that
No.
that mythical, spaceship land and meet the aliens. They're on a different dimension. They're moving around, and we only see like the tips of them.
We're
or,
used to
like-
seeing things on screen,
Yes.
two-dimensional screens.
Yes, and so whenever we see a spaceship, that's just like a piece or a fraction, a sliver.
I like how
of
you
them.
keep putting your finger in the
That's-
donut
it's
hole.
hot,
That's what he does. And he does it with his middle finger, too.
It is hot. It's hot.
This is my
It's his
finger band.
diddling finger. His diddler.
The
This is
money
my
finger.
diddler. And I do it wrong. I hit it way too hard. I got no dexterity. I don't flick or anything. I just slam it. Oh,
No,
God.
that's totally true, though.
Yeah, that blew my mind this week thinking about that. How
I thought about that too.
it's like, you see these UFOs and it's like, man, why the fuck can't they catch them? Or why can't they get a clearer photo? It's because they're on a different dimension. Like an ant walking on a piece of paper isn't going to look up and like soak us all in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to see the sliver of us that's touching the paper.
Yeah.
Right.
I have massive trouble playing 3D games because I can only go like so long. I'm used to seeing a screen in 2D.
Yes,
And that 3D
and the
aspect of it
side-scrolling.
is in my head.
Right,
Yeah,
which
and
is the
I can only
camera.
do it for so long.
The camera is the third dimension, right?
Yes.
Being able to like move
Yeah, the
the
perspective.
camera
Yeah, I
around.
saw that 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Uncle Meat was just showing me the picture of the turtle.
The glowing
The
turtle.
glowing
Oh, the glowing turtle.
And when I was on the road, I saw that commercial like 15 times. And I was
Yeah,
like, God damn, Uncle
yeah.
Meat.
You thought of me.
You were talking about something, but you didn't
Yeah.
communicate it well whatsoever. But I did see something. I saw a hiring notice that I thought of you about.
Oh, me?
Lex Friedman.
Ah,
Hiring positions he's currently hiring for, video editor for
Yeah.
podcasts and YouTube videos. And I immediately thought of you. I was like,
Right.
you know how fucking cool it would be to have my buddy the B-Daz, who's,
if I was the editor for Lex Friedman.
oh, Jesus Christ,
The
dude.
hedgehog?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were, because, dude,
His
Lex
is my
Friedman
favorite.
is amazing.
No, he's
I
my
love
favorite
him.
podcast.
I
Yeah.
love him, man. He's so nice.
Yeah.
So smart. So
Yeah.
fucking. Could you imagine being the video editor for Lex Friedman? Imagine your ideas,
Yeah.
abstract and crazy as they are, with his fucking ideas, all linear and
Yeah.
fucking
I
brilliant.
just don't think he'd like me. I don't think
I
it
think
would
he'd
work
find
out.
you as a threat
No, not a threat. No.
to his empire.
I think he would just think of me as too lowbrow.
Lowbrow,
You know what I mean? He'd be like, Cleveland Public what? He'd be like, what college did you go to?
You'll show him the video of you guys pouring shit in the toilet. And he'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, this is dope, man.
Like, here's one of my favorite films I made. It's me pouring corn and beans into a toilet. You know what I mean?
potatoes.
And potatoes.
And unless you take that interview, you'll
Dude,
never know.
you never know.
That's true.
You
That's true.
never know.
But I would rather just make our stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to video.
well, why
edit.
can't we have Lex Friedman listen to our stuff and
He's
be like,
not
yo,
going to listen. He's an intellectual. We are not intellectuals.
I think we're fairly smart.
Everybody needs downtime, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, meat.
Bam.
There's your contribution
Bam.
right there.
Boom. There you
That's
go.
your contribution.
All right. I'll touch. Don't finger bang my hand. I'm just trying to bump knuckles with
He's
you.
going knuckles and
I'll
into
jerk your finger off. How about that?
That's it. Everybody doesn't need down. You're right.
That's true.
So Lex, listen, bud.
No, he's not listening.
You can hang out with us, man. I'd let you hang. Definitely. I'd love to talk to Lex Friedman.
Lex Friedman ain't going to smoke Newports and drink Bud Light.
As long as he brings his buddy
No,
Marty.
I did see he just got a cleanse for like 72
Yeah,
hours.
this motherfucker, he's
Yeah,
into,
he don't want nothing of
He's
us.
into like high performance fitness and shit. Like, we are the opposite of that.
We're into low
We're into
performance.
low performance
Fattening.
unfitness.
We need to hit up Marty Friedman.
Yes. Yes. Hello, me.
It's me, the real me.
In this misfits way of life,
Black past is mine.
my most valued possession.
Hey, Lex, if you hear us, we love you, man.
Hit it up.
Marty too.
Yep.
All right,
That's it, guys.
That's the Us Guys podcast, episode 110.
If
for
you
this week.
want to be on,
Yes.
let us know. Melly Mel, fucking
Anybody.
DJ Roberto,
anybody, hit us up.
Clemente.
Muffin Shop Mary.
I'll give
Yeah.
you my cell phone number and no nudes,
Oh,
No,
please.
no Prince gifts.
I'll give you the cricket number.
Give me a chirp.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chirp.
And you can call the cricket.
Rub them
and-
legs together.
and be on the podcast.
Yeah, give us a holler, guys. We're fixing to go good.
We love you and thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
I did say go goo.
I thought you did.
You looked at me.
Go goo.
Fuck.
We're ready to go gooey. I'm going to use that one.
I did have 17 years cicadas to talk about.
You want to talk about it? You want to talk about You want to talk about cicadas?
Ricky, come back. Come on.
Rickety,
Let's
come on.
make
We're still in.
Let's go. Encore, Rick. Let's go.
Encore cicadas.
Encore. We got 17 year cicadas.
Rickety's his little beak is twitching
He's like,
he's like a cat in the window seeing birds. All right,
I think
we
he's
love you.
using the-
Bye bye.
Bye.
Now, I'm full of your crazy, man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like it. That stuff got to be hot. Now, I'm full of your crazy, man. When I seen it going, that really got me. Now, I'm full of your crazy, man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like it. That stuff got to be hot.